what is climate change?
Hello, good day. This is FEU. We are here to ask students if they know what is climate change. Excuse me, sir. Do you know what is climate change?
Yes, climate change is when the weather of the earth is experiencing irregular weather patterns because of change in maybe global warming or the heated atmosphere.
Thank you, sir.
Is the demise of humanity going to be another ice age? Well, here's an introduction to climate change.
What is climate change? Climate change is a substantial change in a region's average weather patterns, including average temperature, precipitation, and wind. This phenomenon has naturally occurred throughout our planet's history. Such periods as the Ice Age are allegoric possibilities of the degree in a region's conclusive shift. The difference between historic events and current ones are the speed at which these shifts may be occurring. This is due to an increase of human activities contributing to the production of greenhouse gases.
Well, what does global warming have to do with climate change?
The balance in our ecosystem has been disrupted, and the Earth's climate is currently changing at record speed. This is caused by an increase of greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. Global warming is a term used to describe the increase of our planet's average temperature. This does not mean the Earth will become tropical, but rather extreme weather pattern shifts will occur in all regions of the world. This will warm some places and cool others. These processes include more frequent and more destructive natural disasters worldwide.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Well, what's causing global warming and climate change?
Greenhouse gases and other anthropogenic dark particles in our atmosphere are a direct link to global warming and climate change. Burning fossil fuels for energy is the world's leading man-made contribution. Fossil fuels include oil, natural gas, and coal. We commonly burn coal to produce electricity from coal-powered plants. We use natural gases to heat up our homes. And we burn oil to drive our cars. The second major contributor to the increase of greenhouse gases is deforestation. According to a recent report by the Union of Concerned Scientists, deforestation accounts for 15% of carbon dioxide emissions. This is 5% less than the 2007 report by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC. The Union of Concerned Scientists say that the decrease is not due to an improvement in deforestation, but rather an increase in burning fossil fuels, among other factors.
What else? I want to know more.
Other human activities producing greenhouse gases or contributing to global warming are polluted oceans, dirty snow, not recycling, landfills and wastelands, and urbanization, just to name a few. changes in our precipitation patterns will cause flooding in some regions and will cause droughts in others. This can affect many crop fields by hindering growth in some and by completely destroying others. And since crop farms are used as food for people's needs, as well as to feed our livestock, which ultimately is sourced as meat and dairy products for many humans. And so thus, you can see how this results in a chain reaction of world hunger challenges. The droughts have also been the cause of increased wildfires worldwide, burning down homes and crops, among other things. Such catastrophes end up having a negative financial impact to many economies worldwide, as recently seen in the U.S. Fluctuating precipitation patterns also hinder our fresh water supply.
Audio Jungle.
So the top dozen of all storms ever seen on this planet with the satellite or in person. That's how big this is. It is not as deep as Gilbert and Wilma in the Atlantic, but the wind speeds are higher than those storms because the eye is so small. This is just the most incredible picture I can show you. That this eye right there, it reminds me of Andrew slamming into South Florida as the eye of Andrew got smaller and smaller. Now, Andrew's eye was the most important part of that storm because that's where the big winds were, 150, 160 miles per hour. This storm is Sandy size in width. This is the entire country of the Philippines. And so there's a lot of bubble here. There's a lot of water under this storm. There's going to be storm surge, 50, maybe 60 feet. All the people along the eastern shores of the Philippines will be moving out and getting to higher ground as a Cat 5 hurricane, 175 miles per hour. Right now, they're thinking, they don't fly planes into these storms out here. They're thinking about 190 miles per hour right now, and it'll still be 150 when it moves south of Manila. Now, that's the good news. The forecast is south of Manila by 150 miles. There still will be damage in Manila, and there's still an awful lot of people out here. The biggest storm, even this is smaller than the one that's going to hit tomorrow, killed 1,900 people in 2012. And it hasn't been a good year for the Philippines. Look at all of the storms that have crossed that nation. It has been ugly out there, and this is the biggest one of the year so far. So that's why we say it's always typhoon season, even though there comes an end of hurricane season out here in the Pacific. The waters stay warm, and it can be a typhoon any month of the year, Susan.
Chad, is there anything, I mean, in light of the fact that we've got this warning, we know it's coming, is there anything that people can do there? Because I imagine that the damage could be extraordinary if people don't pay attention, at least don't prepare for what is going to hit them.
Well, the good news is, if there is any, is that this area here is not as populated as Luzon up into Manila. This is where the real densely populated area would be. We will lose people no matter what you can do. This is almost at some point for some people on these islands an unsurvivable storm. They want to get on the opposite side of the island if they can, because all the upslope will make all the rain and there will be massive flooding. The winds, if you get a wind at 175 or 190 miles per hour, it doesn't even matter what kind of a building you have. It's going to sustain some damage. It's get low and stay out of the water. That's the big thing right now.
Now, because of Yolanda, a lot of students and people of the Philippines were affected by its storm. And because of the inconsideration of pollution in the Philippine people and their non-stop dropping of garbage in very unlikely places where you should find them, Yolanda has become one of the most effective and destructive storms this generation has ever experienced. And as you can see, my school has taken precautions to prevent anything from happening. But as a concerned student, I am entitled to inform you about what its effects were during the Typhoon Yolanda.
places, worn out faces, bright and early for the daily races, going nowhere, and the tears are filling up their glasses. No expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Made to feel the way that every child should. Sit and listen, sit and listen. I went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard